you guys already. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Upstairs at the Hog's Breath. My name is Tom Snyders. I'll be your host and MC for this evening. Some of you may know me as the bicycling comedian. Over most of the last 24 years, I have been traveling by fully loaded touring bicycle to all of my stand-up comedy performances, and recently broke the 150,000 mile mark of bicycle tour. Some of you, I realize I'm uploading, some of you are thinking, well, they're highway miles. So I realize you can impress some people. A late entry, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Now you realize, first of all, you should never sit in the front row of a comedy club. And then second of all, with that ugly green shirt, I really wouldn't do that. But, and then third of all, be late coming across. So three rule violations. But you know what? We're going to let it slide because we have a good lineup of comedians that this is going to be their first time, some of them on stage. So I'm assuming this is the first time you've been in the comedy club? How'd I know? Okay. Okay, we really didn't want your whole life story, sir. All right, so what is your name? Matt. Apparently you have some fans over there, Matt. Oh, you know the guy with the gun. Okay, no, never mind, I'm not going to mess with you. Okay. So, if you don't know, here's the story. For the last, I'm supposed to ask this before we get any further. How many lesbians do we have here tonight? All right, I'm keeping an eye on this whole table. You guys keep an eye on it. I was told I need to ask that. How many designated drivers do we have here tonight? When she drove the big Winnebago out there? Is that, so you're going to be glad you raised your hand because they've got a new program here at the Upstairs at the Hog's Breath. Designated drivers, you get all the free beer you can drink tonight. So it's kind of a new thing. I think it's going to work out really well for them. And so if you don't know the story, last year we held a 8-week stand-up comedy workshop. And we had this 5 people who took the class, and they ended up being very funny. They took the full 8 weeks, and every week we met for 2 weeks, and they built an individual, very unique 5 to 10 minute comedy routine. And then we held a sold-out show at the Art Bar, and it worked very well. So I said, what the heck, let's try it again this year. So this is now the 2nd annual Tom Snyders Key West stand-up comedy workshop. Stand-up comedy showcase. So the only problem is, last year we had that great group, and unfortunately this year these guys are just not funny. The good thing is we're doing the Charlie Sheen thing. We've got your money already, folks. I'm good at teaching stand-up comedy, but I can't do miracles in 8 weeks. With these people who just don't have a funny bone in their body. So. I'm just kidding. I wanted to see the look on their face because I didn't rehearse it this way. I have to tell you, these guys, I'm really impressed with them. We have this year 6 students. They have all taken comedy literally is hard work. They've taken it to heart. They have literally done the homework. They've been keeping their comedy notebook. They've showed up every week for 8 weeks, 2 hours at a time. They've taken it quite seriously. They've come an amazing length in the 8 weeks, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. So the thing is, it's kind of tough to come out here as the opening act without any introduction whatsoever as the MC. So what are we going to do, Matt, is we might have to have you run through again, but what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like I haven't been up here yet. And I'll reintroduce myself, I'll go off, I'll come back on, and then we can get the energy going to get this comedy show rolling here tonight. You with me on this? Yeah! Some of you guys over here seem almost overwhelmed by the excitement. So we're going to give this a try. So pretend like I haven't been up here yet. Here we go. Oh, there's one other thing. I'm recording this tonight for a comedy CD or a comedy album. Now, ma'am, if you're in the front row, you really can't be talking. Because this isn't like the TV. I can see you down there, ma'am. Well, you were talking about how awesome. A nice try, ma'am. That was a nice try. You get some bonus points for trying to claw your way out of the hole. I'll give you credit. Oh man, batten down the hatch. This is gonna be a crazy show. I can tell already tonight. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reintroduce myself. We'll pretend like I haven't been up here yet. We'll reintroduce myself. We'll get this comedy show going. There is one other thing. I'm recording this tonight for a comedy album or CD for you younger folks, and so when I introduce myself, if you could just kind of clap and cheer and go nuts, I'd really appreciate that. You know, try to make it sound like there are 2,000-3,000 people in here tonight. That would be great. So. Oh, there is one other thing. Not yet, Matt. Try to stay with us. All right, you want to come and sit next to Matt? Matt, and big mystery, Matt is single. I realize at this point I'm having more fun than you guys are, which is not particularly fair because you did pay $5 to get it. So, all right, here we go. So, the one more thing is, you know, the really good comedians, you're listening to a CD or an album, you're in your car, listening to them on satellite radio or the CD, there are always the point there where they're not actually saying anything, but the whole audience is laughing like crazy. You can't figure out what the hell's going on, but you know they must be really good. I'd like to have a few of those on my CD. So, if you bear with me, you know, you don't have to give me a standing ovation or anything. They can't hear that on the audio tape, but if you just bear with me, every time I do this. Yeah, if you could just make about 5 times more noise than that, it'll sound really good on the album. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from a tour of Las Vegas and the men's room at the Albuquerque, New Mexico Greyhound bus station. I knew you looked familiar. One of the funniest guys I know. 3-time nominee for Man of the Year, World Nerf Racquetball Champion, Professional Hand Model, Nebraska State Downhill Skiing Champion. See, there are no hills in Nebraska. We have to explain all these. We're going to be in trouble here tonight. You may have seen his most recent appearance in a Sears training film as Ernie from the paint department. I'm kind of proud of that. A guy who's currently dating an 18-year-old waitress from Denny's. Sorry, I struck a little too close to home for you on that one, Matt. Just a very funny, great, all-around good guy, Mr. Tom Snyders. Let's bring him out. Thank you. I really don't deserve such an introduction. You guys are warmed up now? You feel like you're ready for comedy? I like the comedy hat down there. You are here on a good night. I'm very proud of these guys. Here's what I do want to caution you. Some of these guys have not been on stage before, guys and gals, I should say. So please, I don't mind if you heckle me. Please be a little gentle on these guys. Some of them it's their first time. Some of them will eat you apart too if you heckle them. So at your own warning. But please be a little gentle to these guys. But I'm telling you, you're gonna like what you see. We're gonna start with a very fast-paced gentleman, straight out of Bingo. That the word straight doesn't really belong in there. G59. They warned me they were going to say something. Says here, not in a dress. So quite frankly, worried what he's wearing. Welcome him to your comedy nightmare. Bachelorette number 1, Q Mitch. Let's hear it for him.
Oh, thank you there. Thank you. Bingo is my other career. My first career is working at the airport. And I'm telling you, I just flew in. And boy, are my testicles tired. It took going through TSA 12 times before they finally got it just right. Oh, now I don't necessarily call myself working at the airport. I like to say that let's just say, do you want to play airport? Because it's all kind of touchy-feely now. But after 21 years of working there, I finally came down to Key West and I decided I was going to apply for a job. Working at the airport, they got to do background check. Good. Okay. References. Good. Okay. Then it gets to my credit. Credit check 317. Oh, man down. Watch out, back up, man down. But that's okay. I made it through. I still got hired, and I do work at the airport. Yeah. So I moved on up, and I'm now standing there checking IDs of women who are 65, think they're going to be 45, but are trying to really push 25. Then I also check the little old women that you ask them if they've got a fake ID. No, they don't have a fake ID because they were born during Prohibition. They're that old, but they're still going to try to get through security, and God bless them if they can make it through the testicle systems analysis, the TSA. You know, you got to give it to the people. They're right there. And remember now, if you're going to the TSA, now if you're ugly, go through the line with a good-looking person. Go straight to that good-looking person. You're like, oh, hey, this is going to be a good one. I'm going to get my fill up. Now, if you're ugly, here's your chance to go for the pretty one, too. Take your little ugly ass right through that TSA line and you go, oh, look, hey. Scream me, feel me, touch me. TSA also does. They do breast augmentations. They do testicle exams. Maybe if Lance Armstrong had gone through maybe another testicle exam, he might still have them. Oh, yeah. But you gotta worry about those people sometimes. And then after you kind of make it through TSA, then you're home free. You're at the gate, you're ready to board, and there's your flight. And of course, the screaming babies are coming up, all that great hula. But then you hear the names that are going to be on your flight. Pamela Anderson, gate D3. Pamela Anderson, gate D3. Then you hear Mander, Sal E. Mander. No, not that one. But then you hear the one name you don't want to hear. Sheen, Charlie Sheen. Thank you, that's it. This is my first time on stage other than being there. Thank you very much. And remember, in case of a hurricane, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device.
I don't want you to go anywhere. I wanted you to do the buckwheat and the other one, and the other one you know who to do it right in front.
Okay. Take two. Now, when you go to TSA at the Key West Airport, a fifth world airport, they don't have the touchy-feely things. They basically have one magnet out there and they just check if you got any metal on you. But you go to Miami, it's that full-on screener, that full-on body imaging screen. Now, I personally am going to make it a little happy for those TSA screeners. I'm going to pose like it ain't nobody's business. Got it all showing out. You just do the full-on buckwheat. You do the full-on bend over. Get it like you want it pose. What's the other one? What was my other pose? Did I even know? Oh, that's right. Oh, and all you athletes and jocks out there, you can always do the pose, the Heisman. Okay, remember, in case of a hurricane landing, your cushion can be used as a flotation device. Thank you!
Well, let's keep it going for 2 minutes.